In the flesh. Live.
Okay, there it is. I just saw it. There's a delay on my end, so.
There's a delay on everybody in. Everybody's in because it's live. How live works.
I know, but I'm just saying it just popped up on my screen, so we can actually do something now. I can actually see that we can do something. Things can be done.
We're the Jurassic 2.
You said what?
Are we the Jurassic 2? Because we're old and there's two of us?
No, dog, I'm not. You're only as old as you feel.
Well...
And I don't feel old right now.
Well, I feel old when, someone reminds me, it's been, over half a decade since 2015. I'm like, damn! But then... but most of the time, I'm like, dude, I still just watch skateboarding videos and listen to the same shit. Not the same shit, the same type of shit that I've always listened to. I play video games. I don't... when I think of, my dad at, even 29, because I was like, oh, Dad was, still in his 20s at this when... But he was just, an adult. He wasn't, doing what I would consider, not adult things, I don't know. Well, but when you really think about it, the things that they were doing when they were younger is, watching westerns and listening to, oldies and stuff. And they still do that. So, maybe it's just... it's just different. They had different things that they were growing up, and they're still doing that same shit. Right? What's weird is, people that listen to country music, no matter how old they are, they still listen to the new shit. It's people that listen to rock or hip hop or whatnot, the older generations will only listen to older stuff. But people that listen to country listen to the new shit. I don't understand.
No, see, that's the good thing that I say about country. Personally, I hate country music. I fucking hate it. I can't stand it. But one thing about country is, if it's called country music fans will support it. There is this guy who was making these videos about country music a while back, and he made this video where he was talking about a beat. There's a beat that's in a lot of modern country. It's the same beat. It's kind of when crunk hit and stuff like that, how a lot of the beats sounded exactly the same.
So it's kind of because we were talking about the dubstep, though. It's the old UK dubstep. It's everything is 140 BPM played at halftime.
Yeah, so what?
And with the beat on 3, and you're you have to do that, or it's not dubstep. You know what I mean? So it's weird.
All right. So what happened with this is basically what happened was country music was being infested by what in hip hop we would term around the beginning of the crunk era. We were inundated what we call snap music. Where it was songs like the Laffy Taffy and stuff like that.
Where the snare is a snap versus
the snare is a snap, and there was a lot of songs coming out around that time where the snare is a snap.
Oh so shit! I didn't have my mic over here. Was I sounding okay?
Yeah, you sounded fine. So they were inundated with snap music. Well, that beat that he was complaining about. It's the country version of snap music. And I was just oh, you're new here. You know what I mean? Like, because like this guy was talking, he's done several videos about how there's the variety in country music is gone, and there's these videos, right, where someone takes a bunch of like country songs and like chops them up into pieces and like puts them all like one after each other, and it all sounds like it could be the same song.
Yeah, well, but that's they've done that with a lot of stuff, and a lot of popular music. It's like, it's not that something's popular not because it's good. Like, it's normally catchy, but like it's because it fits this formula that people will be like, all right, I can groove to this.
Yeah, my thing is the reason why I hate country music is two reasons. One, because if it's country, like we just said, if it's country, those motherfuckers will buy anything. But two is country music, it has this like fake authenticity thing to it.
Yeah.
That I absolutely fucking hate. If you listen to modern country, they borrow a lot from other genres of music. But because like country music people only really listen to country, they don't know that most of modern country songs sound like they could be Chris Brown songs. All you do is take the twang out of the music and make it a little bit more electronic and just have Chris Brown sing the exact same thing that this person is singing. And it sounds like a fucking Chris Brown song. Like this shit happens a lot. And like, because my ex liked country music and she knew that I hated it. But like, so I've listened to quite a bit and it's all just kind of bullshit. And also like, country music is just as dangerous to society as gangster rap. Yeah, I said it. Like people don't understand, but like when you look into like
I know where you're getting at, but you could also say that a different way. Think of that in a different way. That like not at all. Like music or art anyway does not what's it called? Imitate. Or life doesn't imitate art. Art imitates life. If it seems like art is imitating life, it's because life is imitating art that's already imitated life. So life is just imitating life.
Yeah, but I think saying it in the way that I said it puts you in the mind state of how people think that gangster rap is dangerous.
Right.
Like, what I mean? Because like you are correct. Honestly, you are correct. But if you put it in those terms where you say it's just as dangerous to society as gangster rap, then you have to think about how dangerous you think gangster rap is.
Yeah.
And then you have to think about why do you think that? And I was just like, yeah, like all of the Facebook Republican nonsense, like going and getting drunk at the bar and like, yeah, like they glorify getting drunk and having a bunch of beers and having a good time and all that kind of stuff, but you never talk about what happens and how the fuck you get home. Like, you know what I mean? And so many people get fucked up doing these things because they think that this is a thing that they're just out just enjoying themselves. But like, yeah, but how many people are missing the second part of what you're talking about? Because let's be honest, people are sheep. People are definitely sheep. So the idea, I'm tired of all these fucking pop-ups coming up. I just turned my computer on. Like the idea that like the blind Americana is the worst part about it. Like, because gangster rap is counterculture. Yeah, it's like that, but it's like the blind Americana to whereas like it's Americanized so much that like you really believe that like that fucking flag stands for something, and it doesn't. The flag doesn't fucking stand for anything. It's just a representation of like, this is the flag for our country. It doesn't mean anything. Like, you know what I mean? Mm-hmm. Like the blind Americana in the way that they worship shit like the military and stuff like that, but like the Republican aspect of it is like the Republicans are the one to keep voting down the bills to help these people when they come back from war. And like all of these things that you glorify, like you're not even supporting the people that actually want to help these people that you seemingly love so much. You know what I mean? Like, it's like a lot of that is a lot of like inconsistencies with the message of like, yo, you know, I get it. You love your country. And you know what? I truly believe that this country is the best country and there is none better. But that's only because, just like most of us, I haven't been outside of the country. You know what I mean? Like, it's just a lot of stuff in country music that bothers me to no end. One good thing I will say...
What's weird is how worldwide it is. Like, people in Japan and, like, other countries, like, listen to country music. And it's so weird.
Yes. And that's 100% weird. And someone made an analogy. Someone made an analogy about like the cross-cultural things and like people picking up stuff from cross-cultural things. And that was hilarious. But let me get back to my point. And I'll get back to that. Just remember cross-cultural happenings. Completely lost it. Yep, I lost it. No, but in general, I just think that the ideas that are thrown about in country music are just as dangerous to society. Oh, that's what I was going to say. The one good thing about country music, the one good thing that I will say about country music is country music still has love songs. Like, no one else does love songs anymore. Not like they used to. Like, you know what I mean? Like, they don't really, you know, like modern R&B, they all want to be rappers and like they only talk about fucking and stuff like that. They don't actually talk about like actually being in love with someone and like wanting to be with someone and like saying those things that as a man you don't feel comfortable saying yourself, but you can put on this song and this guy can say exactly what I feel, but I can't personally verbalize. You know what I mean? Like that type of stuff. And you know, and there's one of the things that drew me to R. Kelly initially. And I know we're not supposed to talk about R. Kelly because, you know, really R. Kelly was talking about young girls, and we need to clarify on R. Kelly, like because we keep calling him a pedophile, but there's something else. There's another word for it, where like we think that calling someone a pedophile makes you think that they like 6-year-olds, but no, he just like teenagers, like young teenagers. Right, and like I think that's a different variation of pedophile.
Yeah, I never wanted to excuse it, but that was always a thing to where I would have a hang up about, to where like if there's gotta be another word, because I mean, yeah, you want to say it's the same thing, but it's not the same thing.
Right. It's like someone who likes 6-year-olds and someone who just likes 15 and 16-year-olds. Two completely different things.
Right. And sometimes they could be as young as 20.
Right. And it's all still bad. Like, let's be honest, it's all still bad.
What's the weird thing is it's completely okay for like a 20-year-old to be with a, you know, like a 60-year-old. You know, that's the weird thing.
Because for some reason that arbitrary line of 18 makes you like, okay, you're able to make all of your own fucking decisions, no matter how fucking horrible they are. And then when you realize, except for vaping, then when you realize like how dumb you were at 18, you know what I mean? Like I was, you know, like remembering how dumb and I'm so glad that like we didn't have social media growing up, because I was like, because people were getting in trouble for a bunch of stuff that they said when they were really young, and then maybe they were really young in 2015, and now they're actually an adult, because 2015 was going on 7 years ago, and
And but when we were younger, we were saying fuck shit too.
Yes, but I never went too far with it. I was never one of those people. I was always, but you know, at the time when social media became a thing,
I never went too far with it either. But like, even
I was old enough to understand like what I say here is forever. You know what I mean? Like, I was able to understand that at the time, because I was old enough that once I actually hit social media, really, like, you know, Twitter was my introduction. Because when I started, Facebook was just for college students, and you had to have an edu email in order to even register for Facebook at that time. And then, like,
but you know, when MySpace was around, we were still adults.
No, but like MySpace wasn't for that. MySpace was like having the most unnecessarily cluttered MySpace that you could possibly have. Like, it wasn't about like your personal thoughts. Right. You know what I mean? Like, that was the difference between Twitter and Facebook as opposed to MySpace. Like, MySpace was like, you know, come learn about me. You know what I mean? That type of thing. It wasn't necessarily like, you're going to hear my thoughts about this here president. Like, you know what I mean? Like, that's not what MySpace was. Like, MySpace was like, I'm going to copy and paste a whole bunch of HTML code. When you click on my page, a whole bunch of shit is going to pop up, some music going to play, and my shit going to be hype, son. You know what I mean? Like, you know what I mean? That's what it was. It was about that first impression for MySpace. It was a lot about that first impression. It wasn't about a running stream of consciousness as Twitter and Facebook are.
Yeah, I hate that, like, you just scroll and scroll and scroll and it never ends.
I miss when Facebook actually put your stuff in order. Facebook and Instagram, because, you know, what Instagram used to be like this too. You could scroll in, like, your everything used to, your newsfeed used to be in order. So at some point you get to a point and be like, all right, you read all of this down below this. Yeah. There was a line and it said, hey, you've already read all of this below.
You're all caught up, and you're like, cool, man. But now it's all out of order, and what I hate the most is, like, sometimes you'll log into Facebook, and then it'll be on a page. You're like, oh, I kind of want to see that, and then all of a sudden it refreshes. You're like, well, that's gone forever. I'll never find it out again. You know, it's like...
Yeah. That's the hard part about it.
But I Reddit's like that. Reddit is in order, which is cool. Because sometimes I'll look on my feed or whatnot on the computer, and I'll go and look at my phone, and it's pretty much on the same shit. You know, I just hate because sometimes you'll be on something and you'll be like kind of interested in it, and then you can't find it ever because it's like a random metaverse or whatever they want it to be now.
Yeah, I don't.
Are they going to sue Persona now that they're trying to, like, copyright metaverse? So
I have no fucking idea about any of this. I really don't. I'm just kind of like, all right, cool. I'm not even. I'm. You know what? If you change the name, I'm fine. You know what I mean? Like, I'm just kind of like, all right, that's cool.
I want to give me another one of them. That was pretty hit spot.
Fine. We haven't even started the show yet. He's already taken a fucking break. Hey, what's up, y'all? We're just gonna do a running start to the show since we've already started. I'm Scarfinger. Hello.
Just in case. Well, I brought one for Scar. You want one? Yeah. Just grab it. You know, it's Willy Wonka. You just put your hand through the screen and grab it.
No, thank you. Ain't no such thing as Wonka vision in real life. Yeah, I mean, like, the idea of Wonka vision is, like, really cool until you realize who's going to be the first person to stick their dick in that thing. And trying to send it to somebody.
That's going to be the immediate first thing, because, you know, if the internet has told us anything, it's just a bunch of dicks.
Yep, pretty much. WonkaVision is just a bunch of dicks. I can't have that as a show title, but it would be a fitting one.
WonkaVision is just a bunch of Richards?
Nah, I don't think I want to go that way. I don't think I want to go that way. It's a cool idea, but I don't think I want to.
WonkaVision is a bunch of Nixons.
No, thank you. I don't want to think about Nixon at all. I'm black, sir. Nixon is not my guy.
Not mine either.
Yeah. All right, so yeah, I've already talked to the people a little bit. This is Scarcasm. Chase is here. I'm here. And here's the show. We just did a running start. I mean, because we came in talking about something, so I figured there was no reason to stop in.
Oh, yeah, you were asking me why I shaved, and I was going to say...
I was going to ask you that in a minute. Calm down. Calm down, dog. Calm down, dog. Just chill.
I'm hyped. I'm hyped.
Chill. All right, so
I
first
can help
of all...
you shave.
No, thank you. You can catch... you doing a No Shave November shit?
No.
Oh, okay. So you can catch the show on geeksgoneraw.com. And then you can also see us on the Geeks Gone Raw Universe YouTube page where the show... in the edited show will be posted, but you can actually see our faces. You can catch us live every other Monday at around 8 p.m. Eastern on the Twitches. I think we should try. I don't know how well this is going to work, right?
All right.
But I think there's a bunch of podcasts that I know that use StreamYard right now, and they send it to multiple places at one time. They send it to Facebook, and they send it to like Facebook and YouTube, and sometimes Twitch also. I wonder how well that would work. Just wondering how. Wonder how
we did Restream at one point, which was basically that. It sent a whole bunch of different stuff, but I just got tired of having it. Well, the main reason I use it is because it went to Mixer as well, and Mixer's gone. So I was like, well, it'll go to Twitch and YouTube. Might as well just go to Twitch and just push it to YouTube. See,
I still think Mixer was a loss. I feel that loss. I liked Mixer.
Yeah, I liked Mixer too.
And you know, I thought that if I was ever going to be like a streamer, or you know, because at one point I really wanted to try, but if I was ever going to be a streamer, I would have liked for it to not be on Twitch. You know what I mean? Like I don't. Well,
Twitch has been kind of problematic lately, right? There's been a lot of fuck shit.
Yeah, but I think just the signal to noise ratio on Twitch is just too much. The problem with YouTube is it's so difficult to find live content. Unless you already follow somebody, it's not like you can just go to a place and just like, okay, show me all of the live streams that are going right now.
Yeah, they used to do that, and then they kind of got rid of that.
Yeah, and it does. And like some of the people that I follow, I don't even know when they are live.
Yeah, because sometimes it don't even show up, and then you just know once it's done.
Yeah, I only know most of the time. I only know when if I'm on the computer, but if I'm on like my TV or my phone app or something like that, like I don't even know. Sometimes it doesn't even show up in the.
Well, what's weird is like remember how we would schedule things, and Facetious did that too, and sometimes I would be waiting to watch Facetious, like I'd be at work or something, and I'd be.
But what happens is it's stuck at the point where it was sketched. It was stuck at the point where it was scheduled. So if you have your subscriptions, it's all the way down that list. Yeah,
but if you're on there waiting in the chat, once you go live, it's still on the waiting screen. I didn't have to refresh it, so it's like what's the point of even doing that? I don't know. Yeah, YouTube did not have its live stuff. I mean, it was good, like quality-wise, better than Twitch, but I don't know. It was just hard to find shit, and when you were going live, it was kind of less being live and more being like, I am uploading this as I'm recording it, and that's the kind of whole thing.
Yeah, I'm looking, and there is a live tab on the computer that's but it's buried under some shit. Like, you know what I mean? Like, this shit should be easily accessible, and it's not.
Well, maybe YouTube's got all the analytics because, you know, they're Google. So they probably see, fuck it, people don't watch this shit, so let's not put a bunch of resources into watching live shit because everybody wants to watch a actual pre-recorded video or after the fact.
Yeah, people gonna watch this shit after the fact, so it doesn't fucking matter. But yeah, it's really, I don't know, it's just kind of really.
I mean, there's got to be other things that come out to like dethrone Twitch. I mean, there's got to be other options.
The only real like contender, honestly, I hate to say this, is Facebook.
Right, because there's actually a bunch of options. It's just who's watching the shit. But I'm like, oh man, well, I don't even know if they're around anymore. But like, oh man, we should go live on Periscope. Man, I wonder if we'd be like getting the 3 people that are on there. You know,
exactly. Yeah, so it's just all just kind of, I don't know, it's all just kind of a clusterfuck. I think it's probably better for me to pre-record and just upload shit. You know what I mean?
It's just tough, man. Recording on your PC is a lot more CPU draining than it is going live. That's the main reason I do live, because it's just a hassle trying to record content all from your PC. If I'm recording from a console or something to my PC, that's fine. But like recording PC content on the PC drains the fuck out of it.
Yes. So it's all just fucking weird, and like having to, like, the idea that like these days like your PC has to be fucking stellar in order to actually really do what you really need to do. It's just kind of like, I really wish that the console experience was a lot better, so that we can actually really get some things done. I liked the implementation of the way PlayStation does the YouTube.
Yeah.
Where you know, they have their chat and all of that kind of stuff, but the latency with YouTube on PlayStation is crazy. Like,
right,
there was one time I was watching Blue play, and like the latency was like 30 to 40 seconds. Like, I would actually like type a comment and then count how long it took for it to show up on the fucking screen.
Right, yeah, I've done that before too. But yeah, at least it was like they put a lot of thought in that share button shit to where it worked. Yeah, the latency was not the greatest, but I mean, you have the convenience of just pressing a button and streaming. I mean, that's the one thing that Xbox has not done very well, is like the whole streaming and
actually stuff. The Mixer implementation wasn't bad. It was
right, but they got rid of it.
It's the Twitch. The Twitch integration is fucking weird. Like, because you have to like open Twitch and get everything set up, and then like switch back to your game, and like all of this other stuff. And it's weird because like while it's recording, you can't fucking see what it actually looks like, and or nothing like that. Like, you have no idea what's actually happening. You don't have it's just so weird, and they just put a fucking, you know, it's just a translucent overlay of the chat over your screen.
I actually used the Share Factory thing on PlayStation a lot, where you could record and like have like very simple editing software to get some shit done, and it was pretty cool. I've done a few videos that way.
I've done a few. I liked it with the exception of that 15-minute time limit.
Well,
that they have on your recording.
Well, I was able to set it to 60 in the settings. Yeah.
I didn't know you could do that. So I don't know. Maybe it was something that came after, because you know I did it a decent amount in the beginning.
Right, yeah.
I didn't quite stick with it. So it was a cool idea and it worked pretty well.
I liked the voice commands on the Xbox if they stuck with it, like where you like Xbox record that. It was really cool, but with the Kinect and stuff, but they got rid of the Kinect and that.
No, but they switched it over to Cortana. You have to talk to Cortana now.
Yeah, but it didn't work as well, did it, with the mic?
I don't know, because I never really did a lot of that.
Because sometimes it is cooler to record something that just happened, because you don't always think, well, let me record and take up all this hard drive space just in case something cool happens. Sometimes something fucking random just happens and you're like, all right, I gotta Xbox record that, versus like hit a button, hit the thing, record what just that. Then you've already wasted time in the menu of it recording a menu. You know what I mean? The Xbox record that was just good.
Yeah, I mean, you could just press the Xbox button and press Y, and it will record the last few minutes.
Yeah.
So, yeah. All right. So, you shaved. Why did you shave?
Well, it was mostly because the whole reason that I grew out the beard in the first place was my trimmer. I lost a lot of the stuff to it, like so it just got like moved around. It's in the house somewhere, but I just don't know where it is. So I just kind of let it grow out, because I didn't really want to shave it, and then even if I did shave it, like I didn't have anything to do it with, and I didn't know where the head trimmer was. And then it grew out, but then wearing a mask at work, my beard, I don't know if you noticed it because you're probably not just staring at my face, but like...
Yeah, I don't really stare at your face right now.
It went out like this. It would go back and go out. And that's because my beard was growing around the mask.
Oh, okay.
So I could not get it not to do that. Like, even if I used my oils and all that stuff that like I used to. Like, I mean... Not like tooting my own horn, but like when I grew my beard out long, like it was a nice looking beard, you know what I mean? It was well kept and all that kind of stuff. But with a mask, I just can't do that shit. So, but yeah, I actually found the head trimmer. And I was like, let me just fucking get rid of this shit because it's so much more comfortable wearing a mask without a beard. I don't like it, especially with like long hair. I think I look weird with not a beard. I don't know. It's just.
Are you trying to say a nice way of saying the thing that you kind of look like right now?
What, my son?
No, other than that, like you look like you like to hang out in parks, playgrounds, without your children.
No.
Word.
That's.
Now, I'm actually trying to grow mine out a little bit.
Mm-hmm.
I want it to be a little bit longer. I don't want it to get like too crazy, but I do want mine to get a little bit longer because like when I cut it down, it's not as full. But I kind of want to get a little ZZ Top going.
Yeah, I mean it's cool if you can like keep up with it. It's just when it just all. I need to get like. I think I found one, but it's like in the northern part of Raleigh, and it's probably pretty bougie. But find like a if the people that like work at the barber look like hipsters, that's the barber I need to go to because they probably know what the fuck to do to a beard. You know what I mean?
Well, I mean, you gotta find you a barber who looks like his shit ain't right. Like the best people in a job always are really shitty about the thing that their job is about at home.
Well, I've seen like there's like a hair dude.
I think that really good mechanic whose car never works.
Right.
That like my barber had dreads, like, you know what I mean? Like when I had a barber like years ago, my barber had dreads and like, like I used to work in storage and I have boxes and shit everywhere that probably should be stored somewhere. Like shit like that. Like it's like that. Like someone really good at their job.
Oh, speaking of which, I mean, I've not been around a lot of people with dreads, but like, I think if I had dreads, I would at least, if I'm not wanting it to hang down, to put it up in some sort of knot or bun and put one of those dread caps on. Versus, there was a dude at the farmer's market that I guess it's like some sort of hat sack or something. I don't know. But it's like he had all of his dreads down in that thing, and it just looked like a giant dick on his head. And I was like, I think I'd want to like wrap it up a little bit better than that. You know?
Yeah, I never wanted to do dreads. I've never wanted to do that, or locks, as people call them, because dreads supposedly has some sort of negative connotation to it. I've never wanted to do locks because, like, it always seems like there was some sort of cultural significance to it, and like, I never wanted to feel like I was stepping on someone's culture, not knowing about it. You know what I mean? Like, that's like. You know what I'm saying? And like, I want my shit to, like, if I get locks, I want my shit to look neat. Like, you know what I mean? Like, I don't want the ones where people have had locks for a long time and it look like 4 or 5 of the motherfuckers have fused together in some places. Shit like that. Like, right. And then I don't want shit like sticking up all over my head. Like, I don't want to look like the motherfucking Weeknd with locks. You know what I mean? Like, I'm cool.
Right, and then as like a white dude, like it seems like when I would think of the dudes that had the best looking dreadlocks, when they at some point cut them off, you realize, oh, they have curly ass hair. Like, if you have like straight, my hair's kind of wavy. It's not straight, but like it would. Like, the worst thing is when you see people and it looks like their locks are so weak and you can see their scalp and stuff, and you're like, no, man.
I think the weirdest thing is, like, okay, I don't know if this is true, right? I don't know if this is true. But because of the different texture of hair, you have to use different things to actually lock white hair. And like most people I know, they use some sort of wax. So like, people using beeswax and shit like that to facilitate the locking. But like, someone was telling me, like, y'all, like, white people was using like egg yolks and shit like that, and that's why the shit smelled so bad. And I'm like, yeah, like, cause you ever like make some fucking breakfast or some eggs or something like that, and you just throw the things in the trash can, and then you don't take out your trash in the next couple of days. Like, those things, your fucking trash can smells horrible.
I have never heard that. Like, I've always heard beeswax, but anyway, I
don't know. But like I said, I didn't know if that was like the truth.
Because the only people I can think of are like Zach from Rage Against the Machine, the dude from Incubus. He used to have dreads, and then Monkey from Korn.
Ain't Zach like? Is Zach like white?
Well, no, but he has I'm not sure completely, but like, he has curly hair because if you see more recent pictures,
see him without it, he just looks Jewish. I'll look at a picture right now. He just looks Jewish.
And like the dude from Incubus, like because I knew Incubus before they.
Okay, so his father is Mexican American with some African and Spanish, some sort of Jewish heritage. Like I said, like his hair now looks like a Jew. He got a Jew fro.
He everybody in Mass Effect should look like Zach De La Roca. Because it's like he's like everything, man. But anyway,
yes, he's pretty much everything.
But anyway,
right.
Like the dude from Incubus, like he had dreads, and then he cut them, and he had curly hair, and I was like, dude, he went from dude with dreads to looking like Simon and Garfunkel. But and what was the other guy? Well, I haven't seen Monkey still has dreads, so he just has really long nappy dreads now.
And what you call it? Did Jonathan Davis still have his?
Well, I thought Jonathan Davis only had his like early on, because I've seen him with dreads, but then he's mostly just been long hair.
I don't. Yeah, well, that's true. That's true. I know you had him. I know you had him for a bit.
Yeah.
Okay. So let me tell you what happened to me.
Okay.
And I've been talking about this all day long. Okay, so I went to the Walmarts and I was in need of some pants. Like my jeans, a few pairs of my jeans are starting to get holes in them.
Is it the good Walmart?
Yeah, I went to the R8 Walmart.
All right.
Because see, here's the thing. The good Walmart, I have to go down a specific road, and there's always a police officer there or a sheriff or whatever like that. In this small little area, one, you have to watch your speed there. It's like going through Emporia. Like you got to watch your speed there. But I also have an expired inspection sticker, and like I got pulled over a couple of times just going through there with an expired inspection sticker. So, like, because of course, here we still do inspection stickers for some stupid fucking reason. A lot of people just got rid of this shit because it doesn't make any fucking sense. But
yeah, we got rid of all of that. I mean, we still have to do it, but it's just like, I mean, I a little bit miss it because it broke stuff up. But now it's like my taxes, inspection, and everything is all bundled into this giant bill like every year, and you're like, yeah, it's all over with. But yeah, that fucking sucks.
Yes. So it was really one of those things to where, well, it used to be worse because we used to have a city sticker also. Like you had to have a separate sticker for when saying that you paid your taxes in the city that you live in. Like it's fucking weird. But they got rid of that City Slickers actually.
Okay.
So I had to stop going to that Walmart, and to be honest, that was where my medicine was going. So, like the last time I got pulled over because on a Sunday I decided to go to the good Walmart to pick up my medicine, and I got pulled over, and I was like, I'm not coming back through here if I don't have to anymore. And then, lucky for me, this weekend the time is going to change. So, like most of the time when I'm going to be out and about, it's going to be after 5, and it's going to be dark, so I don't have to deal with this shit anymore. And for all of those people who are saying, well, why don't you just get your fucking inspection? Like, no, fucking, you don't understand. I'm fucked. Like, I got like less than 10 days to try to figure out how to keep my lights from being turned off. So I need y'all to calm the fuck down. All right. So then
Patreon.
No, we only have one Patreon now.
I make everybody put in on the Patreon. Let's get these lights on.
Yeah, nah, I'm not really about that crowdsourcing life. So I got it under control a little bit, I think. I went to the R8 Walmart. This wasn't a good Walmart. It's not the bad Walmart. It's the R8 Walmart.
All right.
So I go to buy some pants, and I'm buying just regular jeans, some straight leg, regular old jeans, right?
Mm-hmm.
So I go and I try on some because you can try on stuff again, and I realize I could go a size down, and I'm like, holy shit, this makes it a little bit easier for me to find stuff that I can actually wear. Because if you're a fat person, trying to find clothes in a place like Walmart is extremely difficult. So I could find the pants that I was looking for. And so I tried on some pants. I was like, cool, these work. So then I went and grabbed another pair in a different color. And I'm like, cool. So I pay for my stuff, I go about my business. I go to put on the pants this morning. One of the pairs of pants that I pick is stretchy dude jeans.
What's wrong with that?
I fucking hate these pants. Well, first of all, I'm not telling. Are you dying? What? Why do you just mute your microphone, dog?
I did. I muted it on the stream, but I swallowed my own saliva wrong or some shit. I don't know what the fuck happened.
Okay. Well, I fucking hate these pants. Oh my god! First of all, like the where the pants fit around like my ass and my upper thigh area. It feels like it's too snug, except for it's not too snug because the pants are fucking stretchy.
Yeah.
And like the fact that they're stretchy pants, like I feel like I'm wearing bitch jeans. Like I don't fucking want to wear these. Like I don't like this shit at all.
I have some stretchy pants, but they're not like stretchy to where it feels like, oh man, they just got a little bit of stretch. You know what I mean? And I like those pants a lot, but I don't know. I might have a different build than you do, but I don't know. It's to each their own, I guess.
I just didn't like the way. I just don't like the way these pants feel. Like the feel of these things is just all wrong. Like all the way wrong. I don't like this at all. And now I have these pants and I wore them to work today, so I don't want to be an asshole and try to return these. So now I'm stuck with these fucking pants. And like the ladies, of course, at work, because of course they're ladies and they wear stretchy jeans, they're like, oh yeah, just wear them a couple of times, you break them in and everything will be fine. And I'm like, no, I want to take these fucking things off and never put them back fuck on. I don't like the way these fuckers feel. I just don't like this. And then the fact, see, I'm a fat guy. I'm a fat guy. And one of the good things about being a fat guy is you find like really cool things for fat dudes, like braided stretchy belts, which really help. And now my belt and my pants are stretchy, so now I can't keep the fucking things on. I can't keep my fucking pants. Every time I get up and I move, I have to constantly keep pulling my fucking pants up. And it's just like, you know, like, and then I'm not really the type of person that like sags a lot. Like, you know, man, I sag a little bit, but like, I'm not one of those people that's trying to show everybody my drawers or whatever like that, like how these young dudes do. But like, these pants were like, I don't know whether they were made for sagging or whatever, but like, they just kept going down. They just kept going down to like mid-thigh while I was walking, and I was constantly picking up my pants. And this is just not a good experience. And then every time I picked up my pants, because these are stretchy fucking things, and it's like I said, it felt a little bit weird. It kind of felt a little snug around like upper thigh and like butt section. Like every time I pull these pants up, I'm also pulling up my drawers. So like my drawers are bunched up, and it's just like not a good fucking experience with these pants today, man. Like I can't wear these things with boxers at all. I have to wear, at the very least, I have to wear boxer briefs, something that like is a little bit more fitting to me, so that like I'm not constantly bunching them up while pulling up my pants, because it's like I'm like I have to pull up my pants, but I also have to like tuck my drawers back down. You know what I mean? Like, this is fucking weird, and I just hate these fucking pants, man. I absolutely fucking hate these pants. And I don't know. I was just like, I like the color. And holy fuck. So, I like the color. I hate these pants. That is the show title.
BRB.
Okay. So this is the second time that he's left. I don't know if y'all can still hear me. But I don't know if he muted the stream or whatever like that. But this is the second time that he's left. Like, Chase just kind of decides that he don't want to fucking work today. I don't understand it. I don't understand it at all. So, how was your weekend? Mine was going great until I bought these pants. I think buying the pants and wearing them today on Monday completely invalidates my weekend, because part of my weekend was spent buying these pants. I know that's not actually accurate, but I kind of feel that way. So, yeah. We'll wait for Chase.
I'm RB.
Did you have me muted that whole time?
No.
Okay, so I was still talking to the people. I asked them how their weekend was going, and I said that my weekend was going great until I bought those pants, because even though I wore them on Monday, the fact that I spent part of my weekend buying these pants completely invalidates my weekend. I really feel that way, dog.
You really hate these pants.
I really fucking hate these pants. Love the color, hate the pants. So yeah, Halloween was this weekend.
It was.
Did you do anything?
I took Aiden to my mom's, and she got some pizza, and he got some candy. And he dressed up as the Scream dude, and I was like, well, I'll dress up too. So I just put my hockey mask on. And he thought that was cool that I was doing it too. And then I've been like the most strictest parent in the world. It feels like I don't know if I'm like just like if there's anything that's like not liberal about me, it's like my parenting style is pretty old school. But then I was like Amber was talking to me because he was wanting to watch that new thing that you're watching or that you've watched. I can't remember what it's called.
Squid Game?
Yeah. And so he was watching that, and I was like, well, I don't know. And we were just like, well, pretty much everybody his age is watching the shit, and he's like being left out. And I was like, well, if he's watching that, then he's not
that much younger than my daughter, right?
They're the same age. But like I just have always just been super like parental control with him, like his whole life. So, like when it comes to like Xbox and like Netflix and stuff like that, I've been like super, like I have like all kinds of like fingers in every account or whatnot. So I've just been.
I'm the complete opposite.
What the fuck just happened?
Me?
What just happened?
I have no fucking idea. You just left.
Yeah, it just like stopped. But anyway, well, I'm back now. But it's. I don't have.
Yeah, I'm the complete opposite. Is it still going live?
Yeah, it's going live. I just left the damn Discord for some reason. I don't know. Discord but Discord must have fucked up. That must have been the whole thing. But anyway, the thing.
We need to make sure that you're all the way back because your camera's not on, and right now the stream is just black. Okay, there you go. Yeah, I still don't see you yet, but oh well.
You don't see me?
No, I don't see you at all.
That's weird. I can.
Okay, now I see you on the stream. I don't see you in Discord. That's weird.
Right.
I can very much see you on the stream.
Yeah, but how about now?
Nothing. It's just two purple boxes going around in a circle.
Well, let me. How about that?
Still the same boxes. We can still go. If they can see you, I'm cool.
Okay.
Okay. So when you were talking about that's weird because I could see you on the stream, but I can't see you person to person. That's fucking weird. But anyway, our parenting styles couldn't be more opposite.
But I've always been in a thing to where like every kid's different because Aiden had a history of like, oh, he's knowing about.
Check your stream.
My stream seems to be going fine, like from what OBS says.
Okay, it went black. It went black for a minute.
Oh.
For me.
Well, anyway, in a history of like wanting to like repeat shit, like he was like talking about Persona 3 with like a Sunday school teacher and stuff. You know what I mean? Like he never played it, but he was like, "Oh yeah, you invoke your persona by shooting yourself in the head. What do you think of that?" And we're like, "Okay, if we're gonna do this, and you're gonna know about this stuff, you can't just be talking about it with everybody. Like there's like a time and a place, you know." So I think he's at that point. And then so I was like, "Well, if he's gonna watch this, which is I haven't watched it, but I've heard that it's pretty M-rated."
There's a lot of like, death. Most of it is people getting shot, right?
Yeah.
There's not a whole lot of like gruesome death. There's one kind of a weird kind of a sex scene, but the rest of it is just like, you know, like for the first episode, they're playing red light, green light. If you get caught moving when the thing turns around, you just get shot by a fucking sniper. There's just a bunch of people just getting fucking shot. And then a lot of the, you know, a lot of it is like if you fail the challenge, you get shot. Like that's what most of it is. Then when you get towards the end, you don't actually see a lot of the deaths happen.
Mm-hmm.
I don't want to spoil anything just in case you do watch it, but I think personally, I think you should watch it.
Yeah, like, I just haven't sat down and had the time, because if I have the time to watch something, I'm normally like, well, I'd rather play a video game right now. But
yeah, I think the difference between me and you is I'm more willing to watch something with my daughter as long as it's not like fucking foreign, like K-pop related or some shit like that. Even though Squid Game is Korean, but I did watch it in English dub with English subtitles.
Well, he was watching that separate from me, but then I was like, well, if he's watching that, I have this whole playlist ready. I had it like, all right, this is birthday 2025, because I know he's like always been into like wanting to experience horror movies and stuff. But I'm like, you know, when we were younger and we were watching them like at a young age, they were always on like USA channel or something where all this stuff is cut out. But so I was like, well, fuck it, we're gonna go through this playlist. So on Thursday, which was because we played, and I was talking about that I had Friday off. But so on Thursday we watched Night of the Living Dead, because I was like, we're going to go in order of decade, because he's like, he really wants to watch Scream. I was like, well, you would get Scream, but you're not going to really get Scream unless you kind of have watched some other things.
You got to have a working knowledge of the genre. Even though I typically don't watch horror movies, but I really got Scream.
Yeah, because you were
older when I was old enough when Scream came out too.
But you were old enough to where you knew what these things were. Yes. You know what I mean? So,
yeah, I typically don't watch horror movies because other than when I was a little kid, I used to be afraid of Freddy Krueger, like really, like super afraid of Freddy Krueger. Mm-hmm. Like I would hate going to sleep. Like that shit was the worst thing. I almost got my ass whooped one time by my older sister. My older sister is like 7 years older than me. Mm-hmm. We went to the movies one time with my family, with my family, my home family. My oldest sister didn't live with us. And they took us to the movies, and we saw the third Freddy movies. Was it Dream Warriors?
Yeah.
We saw Dream Warriors. We saw Dream Warriors in the movie theater, and I was terrified. I can tell you approximately how long I was afraid of Freddy Krueger. I was afraid of Freddy Krueger from the time seeing Dream Warriors in the movie theater till like my stepmom forced me to watch the end of, I think, 5. They make him a baby and put him back in his mom's stomach.
That's such a bad movie. But yeah.
Yes. No, she made me watch that part. Like, she forced me to watch that part. He's gone. You know what I mean? Like, he's gone. Someone took care of him. You're fine. Like, that type of thing. And, you know, I was a 3rd grader. Like, you know what I mean? When that shit, I was in the movie theaters as a fucking 3rd grader.
I mean, like I said, people are different. Like, normally, the one that scares you the most, you're like, oh, man, this freaked me out. And then when you get a little bit older, you're like, that's my favorite one. Because that's the one that got me, you know?
Yeah, my thing is different. Like I said, with parenting, I'm more of the like when it came to what's the name of that game?
Life is Strange.
The Life is Strange. I just like, you can play this game, but you can only play it with me around.
Right.
You know what I mean?
So that's kind
of so that I can put things into proper context for you. And like the thing that was most egregious about that went right over her head. So I didn't really have to explain that too much.
Right. So yeah, we on Thursday we watched Night of the Living Dead. On Friday we watched Texas Chainsaw Massacre, and that's the one I was worried because he knew of Leatherface because of Mortal Kombat and stuff, and different because it's all like cultural icons, basically these horror icons, right? So like everybody knows them, even the people now they still know them because there's video games and whatnot. But I was like, well, this movie, it is my favorite horror movie, even though I really like the Friday the 13th franchise because of it's just cool. But I think that TCM is just I used to want to make movies make movies specifically cinematography, and that's my favorite. That was the most influential to me of cinematography is that movie because of how gritty it was, the shots they were making. I just really liked it. But that's the movie that fucked me up. Like it wasn't like the chainsaw and all that stuff. It was all the stuff at the dinner table. Like when I was watching it, I was like, "Man, this is weird. This is crazy." But I could not get to sleep that night. Every time I went to sleep, I was thinking about that shit. And
I think when I got older, the reason why I stayed away from horror movies because like I knew it wasn't real, so there was no reason for me to watch this. Like, you know what I mean? Like I'm not gonna be scared about something that I know that someone created to try to scare me. Like jump scares, maybe, but like, am I afraid of what's happening on the screen? No, because I know it's fake. Like, right, you know what I mean?
That's the whole thing, though, right? Like, because we were just talking about, like, we just did, well, actually, we are just about to release a episode of Crucial Core where we talk about Friday the 13th Part 7, which the MPAA gutted that movie to where it's barely a movie anymore. And that would have been the most goriest Friday the 13th to date if it wasn't for the MPAA. But, like, the crazy thing is when you know what they're doing, you're like, yes, it's fake. But if you're like there, you're like, oh, I'm going to stick this pole through this styrofoam thing, and we're going to blow with our mouths through the thing to blow up this blood stuff. And then the MPA is like, nah, dog, you can't put that in the movie. It's like, but it's a styrofoam thing. So to me, it was like, that's a testament of like how good I am at my job, that they're like, yeah, you can't put that in the movie. But then when you're really thinking about it, you're like, but it's so not real. It's so not real. Like, it's literally like a dummy and like blowing stuff through a tube. Like, how is this a problem? Because obviously it's not real. It's not a snuff flick to where we're just literally killing people.
Yeah. Can we move on? Because I really don't care about horror movies at all. Like, I just don't care about horror movies. Just not really my thing. But no, I was just saying I understand the the way that you want to parent. I'm just saying that my parenting style is a little bit different, but like, yeah, at some point you just gotta be like, at some point you just gotta be like, either I'm gonna introduce this to you, or it's kind of like the conversations about sex, right?
Yeah.
Either you're going to have these conversations with me, or somebody on the street is going to teach you, or somebody in school is going to teach you, and they're going to teach you wrong. So, like, that's my view of parenting. I'd rather be the one to be able to guide you in the right direction with a bunch of life experience, because like I had to have the sex conversation with my daughter because when she was a third grader, a fifth grader was telling them about it, and like she was looking stuff up on YouTube and looking up like sex mods and stuff like that for The Sims, because she was trying to figure out what this fifth grader was telling her about.
Right.
So, and then I was just like, no, I have to step in here. And ever since then, I've been very much of like, I need to stay ahead of these fucking fifth graders. You know what I mean? Like, I need to make sure that you're getting the right information.
That's your whole goal, just staying ahead of these fucking fifth graders.
Yeah, man, staying ahead of these fucking fifth graders. Because I know what I was like in the fifth graders. I had my first time I was a fifth grader. You know what I mean?
Right, but yeah,
she was a little bit older, but I was a fifth grade.
I kept getting on tangents because you were making points, and I was like, "Yeah, that's the thing. It's not real. Why is this a thing?" But anyway, the third thing we watched.
It's time to go because we ain't talked about the shit. But go ahead.
Right, the third thing we watched was Dawn of the Dead, and he loved that because Dawn of the Dead is like it's serious, but it has some social commentary. It's kind of silly. It's like a really well made movie, and it's really gory. But like, because Tom Savini did all the gore stuff, and that's why. And he's actually in the movie too. But he loved that.
Absolutely nothing to me.
And then
who the fuck is Tom Savini? Like, you said that as if I'm supposed to know who that is.
Well, he did. Well, obviously he did the gore effects for that movie, and then he did the gore effects for the first Friday, and he's done a bunch of stuff, and he's pretty much considered the GOAT of practical effects. But anyway, and then by that time it was Halloween, and we watched Halloween. So, but I'm watching it with him. So I was like, well, if you're gonna watch this shit on Netflix, we might as well go through some stuff and get to what you want to watch, you know. But you're watching it with me, to where like when we watch it together first, and then by that time it's unlocked on his Plex account, to where then he can watch it whenever he wants. But like, as long as he can get through it with me, then we're all good.
Okay.
And but if we see any behaviors like you know, pretending to, you know, stab people in the playground or something, then we're gonna be like, you know, you can't be doing that.
Yeah, I got a little girl, so I'm not really worried about all of that.
Yeah.
I'm more. I think my biggest concern as a parent is more sex than anything else, and I think you know, the how early they come across a lot of this stuff now is bothering me a lot. Because you have people my daughter's age that feels like that she has to choose her sexuality now. You know what I mean? Shit like that. Because you see all of these people and these different ways of being. And I know a lot of gay people say that they knew they were gay like back whenever. But like, I don't think you should you shouldn't be making life choices at 13.
But right, but like,
she told me a friend of hers, like a classmate of hers, came out the closet. You know what I mean? Like,
yeah.
You shouldn't be making these kind of life decisions at 13. You haven't had any real relationships to know if this is actually
right. This course being weird, huh? But
yeah, I still don't see you at all.
Yeah, you're like a flip fuck for me. But yeah, that was a hang up for me too, because like one thing that comes with a lot of horror movies, and we haven't got to that yet. Other than Halloween, had a couple of where it was like quick movie shots and whatnot, but like later on, there's a lot of sexuality in a lot of horror movies, right? So have to. But I mean, there's a lot of horror movies too.
Yeah, on the stream, I'm frozen.
Yeah, completely. So we're doing that, and the next movie is Alien, and see, because I'm like, well, he was like, if he has like the earlier ones, but I'm like, well, these earlier ones are benign compared to like what is now or like later on.
Yeah. The first one you barely see the fucking alien,
right?
But that was by design, of course.
Yeah, but like so I think he's excited about that. But and now he wants to play San Andreas. So
I don't have a problem with my daughter playing San Andreas. She wanted to play Grand Theft Auto 5, and I'm like, cool, you can play Grand Theft Auto 5. But like, you know, I got to be there, like that type of shit. Yeah. But like, she wants to play the online, and I'm like, no.
Yeah, that's the thing. Is like when a lot of kids see GTA and they think it's this thing that's like modded to curated mods to like make it seem like this crazy thing that you can do anything, because people are seeing it on YouTube. And I'm like, you sit down and play the game, it's not going to be that. Like, Grand Theft Auto isn't Gary's mod, but people have like used mods and stuff to make it like that, but it's a lot of work. Like, you're not going to get the experience that these dudes are getting on the YouTubes, you know.
Yeah. I don't know. You know, it's that these kids are different, and I'm done talking about kids.
Got that Gen Z, yo. But
as far as like things that I've been watching all of the same stuff. Wu-Tang season ended, and that was cool. It was a pretty like they did like a cliffhanger ending, because there was this in real life. There's this really infamous story about a flood that happened in RZA's house, and like he had a lot of everyone's first album pretty much done, but they're all on floppies. You know what I mean? So they were all on floppies. He moved into a new place. The pipes and stuff like that just kind of flooded the basement, and all of that shit was lost. So he had to pretty much create all of this shit over again. So that's how the second season ended.
But do you think what he created before would have been better or worse?
We don't know.
I wonder if that's why they had them do their own voices, and then when he does it again, then it's going to be the real thing to be like, oh yeah, that was different because it was before the flood. That would be kind of cool.
No, not at all. I think the in the last episode, they added a little bit more of the sing-songiness to the performances. They added a little bit more. It was like somebody got the memo.
Is that after or before the floppy flood?
That's how it ends. That's how the second season ends, is the flood. So they were already performing and all of that kind of stuff. They had a couple of performances, and basically 36 Chambers is done and pressed at this point. It's everybody's solo album that was lost in the flood.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. So, yeah. So I'm pretty much watching the same things. I'm watching Why the Last Man. I hope that somebody else picks the show up because it's already been canceled even before the season's over. I hate the fact that my fucking video is fucked up on the live stream. I hope they can hear me.
Fine. Yeah, they should be able to hear you because I can hear you, but I don't know what's with Discord. It's being weird. Like,
yeah. Okay. Yes, I'm watching all of the same stuff, so I have nothing really new to talk about there at all. So yeah, I'm been watching a lot of Oz because we're trying to get through this last season, so we're doing 2 episodes at a time just to try to get through it because it's really just kind of fucking dumb right now. Like the first few seasons were great, and then like now, it's like a lot of the storylines were just ass cheeks. So we're just basically just trying to get through it, and that's pretty much what I've been watching. I don't think I've watched anything new, other than like I've been watching a lot of like fucking Destiny videos on YouTube. I watched a 4-hour history of a full retelling of the story of Destiny. I watched a 4-hour fucking video yesterday.
Damn it, Scar. I was just wanting to have we do some bounties on a Friday night, and man, you have went like hard into some Destiny, which is cool. I mean, it's cool.
No, I just wasn't doing anything else. I was caught up on all of the things that I really wanted to watch on YouTube. So I was just kind of laying there, and I just kind of I'm just trying to understand the story. Yeah. Because the story doesn't make any fucking sense to me. It really still doesn't make sense to me, even after 4 hours. I have a little bit more of an idea, but it still doesn't make any sense to me at all. It's just a lot of, way far out there lore and stuff. It's just whoever fucking came up with this must have been a great idea at the time. But the more you add to this, the more convoluted it gets. It's fucking, it's Halo at this point, which they made Halo, so of course.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, you're like, oh, the story's convoluted, and you're like, oh, Halo wasn't like that. And I'm like, you didn't play Halo then. Yeah, I would never say that. I would never say that because the only reason why I understand a lot about Halo is because I read the books. Right.
I read a lot of the books. So that's the only reason why I understand as much as I understand about Halo.
But yeah, we've been playing a lot of Destiny, man, which is, I mean, I decided because I was like, oh well, this Halloween thing is kind of cool. Well, let me just I'm gonna just put everything on hold, and I just want to get through a lot of this Halloween stuff. So I did that, and playing with you a little bit, and it's been pretty cool. Finally found something that's crossplay that doesn't suck, that we can play together.
Yeah. That's the biggest issue. Is the biggest issue is you play on PC, so it severely limits what we can play.
Yeah.
So it's I just realized that I'm just kind of a looter shooter kind of person. It's kind of and since I can't play my favorite looter shooter with you, because you don't have access to your Xbox, this was the next best thing. And I'm not even really all the way in on everything. I'm just playing because I ain't have shit else better to do.
Right. Yeah, but I mean, you're playing more to it than I thought we would. I thought we were just going to shoot some shit and do some bounties. But you have been looking at your gear and trying to get better on that, which which I haven't been doing as much. But I did finish up the Halloween thing of what I wanted to do, which was basically just get the emblem. I was like, once I got the emblem, I think I'm good. And then but because getting all those masks and getting the sparrow, that took a lot of candy. A lot. And I felt that I got a lot of candy already, and I still have 3 more masks to get. And I wanted the pyramid one, because then I'm really like, hey, I'm Pyramid Head from Silent Hill. But but yeah, I pretty much got that. So I got all my stuff infused of the gear that I really want to do, which is my stag build. And the stag helmet makes it to where when you die, you drop a healing well. So whoever goes to try to revive you is in a healing well. And also when you're in any sort of well, you have damage resistance on top of. So I really like this build. I used to do the Devour build, but I just don't use it enough to and I don't play Crucible that much, and it was mostly a Crucible build. So I'm really thinking of this stag build. I like it a lot.
Yeah, I'm not even to the point to where I'm worried about builds yet. I'm just playing story content, and I pretty much hit the wall of the stuff that they're actually going to give me, because they're not giving me anything more than 1270. Yeah. I think that's it's like a soft cap. The way that you get other things is you have to do weeklies in order to get better stuff.
Yeah,
that's what they've said.
Yeah, because now that we can do tomorrow night, if you wanted to do some Destiny, we can do 3 strikes, match your subclass with the burn of the week, and then you'll get a pinnacle gear, which is above a prime. When you get prime ingrams and you're like, oh, that's better than what I got. Pinnacle is guaranteed to be at least 4 levels above you. So
yeah, I'm really kidding strongly. It's been fun. It's been fun to play again. I mean, of course, Destiny is a really good game. The shooting is fantastic, but the game is just. I mean, I don't like it as much as I like the Division. I just don't.
Right. Yeah, and I like the Division a lot. I just, I just haven't had it in a space.
No, you just making me buy shit that you say that you're going to play, and then we don't actually play.
Well, I've bought the Division a lot. I have it on PlayStation. I have it on Xbox. Hold on. Alright. But yeah, it's... I had Division on PlayStation. I had Division 2 on PC, and I think I had it on Xbox, right? We had the Division 2 on Xbox, right?
Because it was on sale for $6.
Yeah. So I was just so late on getting I wanted to finish Division 1, and then Division 1 had this thing to where your high level friends could not play with you. You know what I mean? Because it'll just make everything so hard. So I never could find a good time to play it. But then it was pretty good when we were playing Division 2 on the Xbox. But then I just never had access to my Xbox in a good spot because there was always someone that wanted to take over my console, and then I'm like, I don't know.
Yeah.
And I have Division 2 on PC, but it runs like dog shit for you on PC. So
yes, it's a flip book for me on PC. So I don't think I have anything else. I think at some point I'm gonna play some more Destiny. I don't think that I'm even gonna be able to play unless I play like really late. I don't think I'm gonna be able to play anymore until like Thursday.
Yeah, I mean that's cool.
I have like something to do like every day.
Yeah. Well, on the day that you're gonna play, like, how about we just make it Friday because that's supposed to be our party night. And anybody that's listening, I throw out an image on the Facebooks, and in the image is a QR code. That's their Discord. So I mean, just join the Discord, and then we just hang out and play some Destiny, man. Because we can just go through our 3 strikes, and I mean, it's just doing some stuff. You get a pinnacle, and strikes are fun.
Yeah, so I think it'll be fun. I just, right now I don't know what I'll be doing on Friday.
Yeah.
But,
just sucks Blue hates Destiny. But he does like Division. I mean, I would just... Where is he playing Division right now?
PC. He's pretty much switched to PC.
Yeah.
He's a PC guy now, so... And the one place I can't play, of course.
Yeah.
But like I said, because I've been playing this with you, that means you have to figure out a way to play some Division with me.
Yeah.
So
I'll install it on the Xbox at least.
So that'll be a thing soon. But yeah, I think but that's really the only thing I've been playing. Have you played anything else?
No, because I pretty much just kind of like put everything else on hold because I wanted to get through a lot of this Halloween stuff. Because I was like, hey, I mean, I love the missions. They're like the haunted dudes where they had the pumpkin head. I was like, this is great. Like they did a better job with this, I think. I mean, the haunted forest had the spooky feel or whatnot, how dark it was and all that stuff. But other than that, like, it didn't feel... For some reason, these haunted sectors just felt more like a Halloween event than that. I don't know. But it was cool. And, like, these dudes, like, I just did it tonight. And these dudes, especially late game, are, like, owning this shit. And I'm like, dude, I'm glad I'm in here with these guys. Because this last time, we killed, I guess the cap of before the boss comes out is 10 of the pumpkin dudes. Because we killed 10 of them, and all of a sudden we were just standing around waiting for the boss to come out. Which, that was crazy that we killed 10 at that point. But I definitely, in 2 rounds of that shit, I got all the pages I needed to get the emblem. But yeah.
Yeah, I don't really care about that. I'm just doing the story content. Just trying to, just do some of this stuff that I've never done before. And that's been cool. A lot of it I'm able to do solo. Because it's all at a lower power level or whatever than what I am. So a lot of it I'm able to do alone, but you get like those ogres and shit like that, and it's just like, bruh, dog, I need some help.
Yeah. Well, you said you didn't really like the stasis as much, right?
I did not. I didn't really understand it. I did watch someone play stasis, and I guess one of the things of the stasis, like, you throw down like the crystals, the ice or whatever you want to call it, the stasis thing, but like then you melee that shit in some way, shape, or form, and that creates a chain reaction.
Yeah. Well, I think that they were using that tonight.
They don't teach you that. They don't teach you that. Like, right. You know what I mean? They just give you all of the powers and like, all right, go. It's
right.
Like, okay. What the fuck am I supposed to do with this?
These dudes tonight, it seemed like they were using stasis in a way to where maybe it's kind of like slag in Borderlands, to where you would use that and then all of a sudden everything else is buffed or something, because we were killing those, like, once that dude has a little X on him to where he's like got some sort of debuff on him, Like, they were just like, that health bar just went down, man. I was like, okay, what the fuck are they doing? Well, do it. I'm just gonna reap the benefits. But I've seen that, but like in the game they don't really teach you how to use that, so I'm just kind of like, I don't think I'm going to use this when I get it. I don't think I'm going to use this very much. But I mean, I'm more of a sun person. Like, I used to be all about the void. Yeah,
I'm more of a sun person now. What is this?
I'm not sure. They said Major, but I don't know if they're talking about Major Linux. But it's kind of like random out of the blue. What do you think about liquid elimination? You think that would be... I don't know the fuck.
It says Major Linux is... If they're talking about Major Linux is on right now. I'm playing Metal Gear Solid. That's only part of that. If they're talking about Liquid Snake, that I understand. So I don't know. So I think we're done here. Are we not?
Yeah, I think we're good, man.
Yeah, I don't understand what that comment was, but I think it's time to go. So thank y'all for checking us out. Again, do the things like, share, subscribe when you see us on, like, post things for like YouTube and stuff like that. We really could use those eyes and those ears. And we'll be back in your ear holes in another 2 weeks. Chase is still doing Crucial Core.
Yep.
And I really considered doing something, but it was on a topic that nobody here cares about. So I decided not to do anything because something happened in like one of the marching band podcasts that I listened to. So, and it's something that I really wanted to discuss, but of course no one here cares. So there was no point of me doing it.
Yeah.
So, all right, thank y'all. And we'll be back in your ear holes in 2 weeks. Peace out to the Warriors, yo.
All right, man. Later.
I like that shit, yeah, boy. Look, I'm telling you, Whoa. I'm telling. All right, I ain't gonna talk.